Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton, here with Brandon. 5 cards, 5 minutes. We're looking at rares and double rares for the first Saekano set. Brandon, what's the first card?
First up, we have this level 0. On play, you can give another one of your game characters another 2,000 power. It also has when you become reversed, you can pay 1, pitch 1, send this card to memory to search for a character. A way to be able to, during the attack phase, be able to kind of search out your deck, get a character you need, as well as on-play Power Pump. It only sits 500 power. You're not clearing lanes with this card alone, but if you're power pumping something else, you could potentially clear that instead. All around decent card, especially ready for the next set that will be coming out soon.
On reverse effects at 0 aren't amazing, just because there are things that can reduce power or can bomb to a different zone that will not let this go off. But aside from that, it searches, it power pumps, and the memory stuff is going to be more important when the second set comes out because it's a lot more memory compression heavy. So this is a card you're going to see a lot in Saekano for the foreseeable future. Next, Eriri, Somebody to Separate the Two. It's a 1,000 power assist to all level 0s, but that's not important. The important text is, during the attack phase when either you or your opponent's character is returned from waiting room to hand, all of that player's characters get -3 soul for the turn. Salvage does not work. If you hit a salvage trigger, or if you run a salvage combo, it doesn't go off if this is on board unless you want all of your characters to swing for -3 soul. It sucks to play against. So many things run some kind of salvage combo, so many things run salvage triggers. This is the card that makes Saekano interesting before set 2 comes out.
Yeah, like you said, it's really interesting because it affects a lot of decks that run that salvage trigger or pull cards from waiting room to hand. Whether salvage or choice, both of those triggers, whenever they go off, immediately are either wasted or your characters are 3 soul less. So you're run into a thing where you're kind of either pushing damage or getting characters to hand. You have to make that choice. So it also goes effect as well during some combos as well. So you gotta have to play into that as to what you're going to do. Next up, we have this 3/2 early play, 2 or less condition for climaxes in waiting room, on play heal, and on attack, you can choose a different character and give that character power equal to the number of other characters on field times 500, so up to 2k power. Really interesting early play that could also potentially pump lanes in other ways to win board.
Your standard early play heal profile is becoming worse and worse as time goes on, because committing that much stock to something that only heals 1 and does nothing else is just not a good use of resources anymore. So the fact that this does something else that is good and something that specifically can actually help some of the other level 3s that you're already running makes this card actually legitimately playable. Next, Utaha, Creator's Pride. On attack, if you have another game or novel character, this gains 1,500. When you get a reversed, you can pay 2, ditch 1, sack a card from stage to waiting room, and restand this. This works well with the Shimakai 3/2 that we just saw. As long as it gets some kind of extra power help, pay 2, ditch 1, sack 1 is not a bad cost for a restander.
It's only really a pay 1, pitch 1, send 1 to waiting room to do the restand effect as an additional cost. Like, that's really efficient. Last up, we have the originator of the term Icy Tail. This is with the Pants combo, mill 4 from the bottom of their deck, and deal damage equal to the number of climaxes revealed. On play heal as well.
It's the OG Icy Tail. It's on Pants, which is good, but it's only a 4-card Icy Tail, which isn't amazing. This is fine. It's not going to close very consistently. It's kind of small. There's not a whole lot here. It's as much as it is the original Icy Tail. Icy Tails are better now than they were when this one dropped. It's just, it doesn't dig very deep, and it doesn't do anything other than its combo. So it is on Pants, which is good, but this combo is very adequate. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us. In 2 weeks, we'll be back with Uncommons and Commons for Saekano. We'll have a deck tech for Saekano on Tuesday. A week from now, we'll have gameplay for that deck. And the following Tuesday, a new Clock Talk. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And have a good one.
We'll see you then.